Since Reform took over Kent County Council, it has only got worse. Colleagues at the Council report that Reform councillors are acting like clowns in a circus. 8 of them have either been suspended or expelled from their post just 6 months into being elected. And it seems that Reform couldn't run a bath, let alone a county council over which 1 million people rely on. This chaos is only making the situation worse for vulnerable children with SEND who need a council that will give them support. The June meeting on children, young people and education was postponed indefinitely, pushing back any support that might be provided. And this is just one of a plethora of committee meetings, cabinet meetings and subcommittees that the incompetent Reform administration in Kent has cancelled because it is unable to deliver government. Reform is simply unable to grapple with a crisis of this magnitude and scale. But worse than this, Reform are actively proposing withdrawing support from families with children with SEND. The Honourable Member for Clacton has suggested removing home-to-school transport funding from some families. As he said, there are things called parents for taking children to school. And while he admitted some exceptions could be made for special needs students, Kent faces the largest bill of any council in England for providing home-to-school transport for SEND students at £68 million last year, and the Honourable Member for Ashford has already raised this as an issue. The Honourable Member for Clacton's plan to cut school transport would be a disaster for parents who don't have the time or money to drive their children on hours-long round trips to special schools miles away, or maybe driving other children in an opposite direction, maybe trying to get to work. He would know this if he ever took the time to speak to the families who are actually struggling with this problem. One Reform councillor in Cambridgeshire has shown the party's true disregard for supporting these vulnerable young people when he recently described some children in care as downright evil. And when given the opportunity to condemn these comments in Prime Minister's question time earlier today, Nigel Farage refused. Many children in care have special educational needs and disabilities, and Reform's blaming of young people who need our support shows that they're simply not fit to deliver for children with SEND in Kent and across the country.